games coming thick and fast over in the Copa America as, of course, we edge closer to match number 3. Brazil have the day off, but they're already through to the next round. Who's going to join them? We'll take a little look. Right, folks, back once again with another prediction show. Today we take a look at match number 3 over in the Copa America out in Brazil, and we'll get to that in just one second. If you're new, where you been, boys? Smash your subscribe button, get bang out today with all things Copa America related, Black and Rovers related. Woo! Football related, we got it all here. Under Roverseas, that's right. Of course, it just keeps on coming. Copa America, thick in action. Of course, the games are just, I think they're less than 24 hours away, so get in amongst it. And, of course, get your picks in nice and early. Yes, right. Of course, big shout out to the VIPs. Thank you for your continued support. The Patreons. Thank you. And again, if you're new, smash the old subscribe. So here we go then, shall we? Take a look back at match number 2. My picks, your picks. Of course, we'll see where we all are and the leaderboard. So here we go, kicking all off with Brazil up against Peru. I actually went big on this one with a 3-0 win. In fact, they were actually much bigger than that. They actually went with a 4-0 win. That's right. Goals coming from Alexandro, Neymar, Everton, Ribeiro and Richarlison right at the death to give Brazil another win and secure the deal and get over the line to the knockout stages. Already after match number 2, they're already bloody home and hose. They can play the kids next round. Of course, Colombia, they did play Venezuela, and I went with a 2-0 win. It was actually a 0-0 draw. The only real talking point was Luis Diaz with a 90-minute red card, so he's out for the next one. Kicking off forward then into the other group, which is the South group. Argentina, they did play Uruguay, 1-0 win in the end. Guido Rodriguez getting the 1-0 goal. Actually went with a 3-1 myself, so not great on that one, but I got it pretty close to the money. And finally, of course, Chile against Bolivia was the game of the bloody day, boys. And of course, the 1-0 goal scorer for that one was big. Bad boy Brereton, of course, Blackburn Rovers superstar sensation with a 1-0 win. Actually went with a 2-0 win. As you can see, not bad for me, boys. 3 out of 4 ain't too shabby, of course. But what about you guys? Let's have a look at how you guys fared in just a second. Of course, we'll have a quick look at the tables right here, right now. And of course, it looks pretty good for Brazil. They're home and hosed. They're over the line. Colombia, not too far away either. Also unbeaten so far. Venezuela, got it all to do. Ecuador and Peru also got some work to do. Argentina and Chile dominate over in Group B. Paraguay, not too far away either. And Uruguay also still got to get themselves moving alongside Bolivia. But three unbeatens in Group B. Just the 2 unbeatens in Group A. And of course, we'll see how they lock horns next. But take a look at your guys then, shall we? Of course, this is the leaderboard for match day number 2. Very short cluster of you guys taking part in this one. Imad Hussein is up top there alongside James BCFC, Hans Wilson, Alaji Ojo, Tom State, and Omar Esquivel, of course, kicking ass and taking. Just like me, we got 3 out of 4. Well done. Probably the Colombia one threw us all off there. But what about the overall leaderboard then? Let's take a look at the overall leaderboard. Well, it's Yannick Buster kicking ass and taking aims alongside James BCFC, Hans Wilson, Tom State, Omar Esquivel lead the bloody charge. Now, I'm going to tell you right here, right now, it may have already happened again. It's happened over in Europe. You've got, if you put your name in here for the picks, it has happened. I've seen it already with Imad Hussein, and I'll correct it. So Imad Hussein will probably be on, 5, so he'll be up into joint 6th. But anyway, you've got to spell your name correctly the second time. If your name's John Smith, put John Smith. Don't put John Smith combined. Don't put John A. Smith, or don't put Smithy. Just put whatever you put for the first one, stick with it. I cannot keep going back and forth and changing it up. I just don't have the time. If I could clone myself, if anybody wants to come out here and join me as a producer, free of charge, of course, courtesy, then of course you can join my gang. Let me know if you want to be my producer and of course work on these for me. I'm all up for that, but I don't think so. I don't think you guys want to do that. So I do it, and this is meant to be an easy way. So make sure whatever you put your name in the first time, that's the name you stick with. So stick with that. It makes it easy for me. Otherwise, we get situations like this. This fella right here. No, I'm not naming and shaming. Well, kind of I am a little bit. And this one here. So 2 of the same people. The name is wrong, and now it messes up the old stuff. So, and again, don't double pick. Do not double pick. That's also against the rules because it messes everything up. And then you'll be like, why didn't I get 25 points? Because there wasn't 25 points available. Of course, if you want to get involved in the next round of matches, then get in amongst it right here, right now. This is the link. Copa 21A3 is the one you got to go to. If you've got that fancy a smartphone, you just take a little picture of it on your QR device, and it'll send you right to the link. And of course, you just fill out the form with your correct name. That's right. Don't go changing it up on me. You're just gonna lose points for it in the end, because I'm not gonna go back and forth all the time and changing it, because I just can't do it. Anyway, here we go. Match number 3. Of course, Brazil have the day off. Kicking all off then, shall we, with of course Venezuela up against Ecuador, taking place on the Sunday, June the 20th local time. Of course, now these two sides over in Group B need to get themselves moving in the right direction. They played each other 13 times since 2003. 5 5 wins apiece and 3 draws. The biggest win for Venezuela was a 3-1 win over Ecuador. Meanwhile, Ecuador have responded with a 3-0 win themselves since 2003. In fact, they've scored 19 goals over Venezuela in those 30 matches, and Venezuela scored 14 goals in return, picking up a 1.08 goals a game ratio, with, of course, Ecuador with a 1.46 goals a game ratio. Ecuador coming to this in absolutely ridiculously bad form, 3 defeats on the spin, however, 50% form if you look back at the 6 games. On the flip side, Venezuela coming to this with even probably shittier form, 33% for the last 6, but actually just the 1 defeat of the past 3 if you want to look at it that way. In fact, Venezuela, though, haven't won in the last 4. Ecuador have actually lost 3 in a row. During the last 5 meetings between Venezuela playing at home, Venezuela have won 3 times. There's been 1 draw. Ecuador have also won once. Of course, the last time they played each other was in Venezuela. It was a friendly. It was a 1-1 draw back in 2019. And the last time either of these two sides won was back in 2016. It was a 3-0 win in the World Cup qualifying. Heading into this, though, there's 19-4 for the bookies odds for Venezuela. 6-4 on is your Ecuador, and 13-5 is your draw. For me, I'm going to stick with Ecuador on this one. The bookies are going with it. I'm going to go with it. The form kind of goes with it as well. With a 1-0 win. And again, get themselves moving and, of course, get the 3 points and probably secure them spot, because I think this is like a lose and you could be out sort of thing. Of course, Peru, we got to bear in mind. I think they're up next. But lose and you're probably close to knocking yourselves out of this competition. Let's take a look at the next round. It is Peru up against Colombia. That's right. Also take place on the same match day, a little bit later on in the evening, local time once again. Now, these two sides locking horns for the 19th time since 2004. 10 wins for Colombia, just the 1 win for Peru, and 7 draws. That's right. The biggest win for Colombia was a 5-0 win. Meanwhile, the one and only win for Peru over Colombia was a 2-0 win as well. They actually scored just 12 goals over the 18 matches. 32 goals scored returned for Colombia since the 2004. This was a 1.78 goals a game ratio, picking up a 0.67 goals returned for Peru. In fact, heading into this, Peru unbeaten the last 4 encounters between two sides. Of course, no, in fact, the last 4 matches for Colombia across the spectrums, friendlies, World Cup, and of course Copa America, they're unbeaten the last 4. Peru coming to this just 1 win in the past 6 across the board. Of course, heading into this, the last time I played was in Peru as a World Cup qualifying back just a couple of weeks ago in June. It was a 3-0 win for Colombia, so we could expect something similar as well. In fact, the last 3 times that they've played each other, it's been all wins for Colombia. In fact, they've actually scored 7 goals without a return. So Peru haven't scored against Colombia since 2017. Wow, wow, wee wow. In fact, they haven't won in a long time. The last time their one and only win in this record book is, I'm looking, I'm scrambling, I'm trying to find it. I can't even see it. I cannot even see it. There it is. 2-0 win, 2011 quarterfinals of probably the Copa America. But anyway, bookies odds, 20-13 on Colombia are your favourites. 5-1 is your Peru, 13-5 is your draw. Yep, I do expect Colombia to win this one. Not fashionably. 2-1 will do. Peru might get a goal and, of course, break that hoodoo, at least scoring against them anyway. Into the other group then, shall we? Was it the North group? I don't even know. Confusing the heck out of me. Uruguay up against Chile, the game of the bloody week. Let's get into this one now, shall we? Of course, Brereton scored last round. Uruguay yet to get going in goals department, taking place at the Ariana Patal. They played each other 14 times since 2003. 6 wins for Uruguay, 4 for Chile, and 4 draws. The biggest win for Uruguay was a 4-0 win. Meanwhile, Chile's biggest win over Uruguay was a 3-1 win. In fact, they've only scored 15 goals over those 14 matches, picking up a 1.07 goals a game ratio over Uruguay. Meanwhile, the Uruguayans coming into scoring 19 goals over Chile since 2003, picking up a 1.36 goals a game ratio. However, coming into this, Uruguay just 1 win in the past 6 games. Meanwhile, on the flip side, Chile just 1 defeat in the past 6 games. 58% form heading into this, 33% form for Uruguay. Of course, heading into this. Last time around, though, they did play each other back into just in October. It was a 2-1 win for Uruguay's World Cup qualifying campaign. In fact, you know, about 2016 for Chile's last win over Uruguay. It was a 3-1 win, and it was in World Cup qualifying as well for the Mother Russia World Cup, I believe. Of course, bookies odds on this one. 11-10 on is your Uruguay. They are your favourites. 12-5 is your draw. Sorry, 12-5 is your away win, and 5-2 is your draw. Yeah, of course, on paper you probably would go with Uruguay, but I am actually wearing a Chile shirt. I am going to be rooting for the boys, so I'm not going to predict them to lose. I'm going to go with a 2-2 draw. That will concede the group. I think that will concede the group for Argentina, which will of course land the Argentina in the top end or the bottom end of the group, avoiding Brazil, and it will probably put the second place team in a semi-final encounter up against Brazil as well. So not great, but they could win it. We just hope for the best. So 2-2 in the end. Next up we have Argentina up against Paraguay, taking place also on the 21st of June. That is a Monday, local time once again. Played each other 15 times in 2004. 6 wins for Argentina, 3 wins for Paraguay, and 6 draws as well. The biggest win for Argentina was a 6-1 win. Meanwhile, the biggest win of course, for Paraguay over Argentina was a 1-0 win. In fact, they've only scored 14 goals in those 15 matches between these two sides, picking up a 0.93 goals against ratio. Meanwhile, the Argentinians come into this scoring 25 goals over Paraguay since 2004, 1.67 goals against ratio, and they come into this unbeaten the last 6 games, picking up a 67% form, which is 2 wins of the past 6 games. On the flip side, Paraguay just come into just 1 defeat the past 6, so not too shabby, and they could be the dark horse out of this group to come in and at least steal one of those remaining, or one of those up for grabs top 4, which would probably put Bolivia, of course, probably on their way out. The last time I played, so in fact, it was a 1-1 draw. You got to go back to 2015 for Argentina's last win over Paraguay. It was that 6-1 in the semi-final of the Copa America in 2015-2016, which Chile won it, of course. Bookies odds on this one to 11 9 to 4 on is your Argentina, 7 to 1 is your Paraguay, 16 to 5 is your draw. There could be a surprise on the offering here, but I do anticipate Argentina to go big on this one, 3-0 win to take the 3 points, brother, and of course book themselves a spot in the latter stages. That's right, boys and girls. That's my set for match number 3 in the Copa America. Let me know your thoughts and opinions as well, and also if you want to get involved, this is the linkage. You go here, Copa America 21A3 with a cut in front of all that, and of course use the QR code if you want to be fancy and savvy tech guru. That's the way to do. Be sure to give the video some love and smash your thumbs up, smash your subscribe, check out the links down below on Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, and of course Patreon as well. But until then, give the video some love and smash your thumbs up, and of course, come on Chile, let's get over the line, beat Uruguay, and of course maybe even win the group. We'll have a look at that, of course, later on when we come back for match number 4. Until then, I'm out of it.